My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Spring Holiday Baking Championship Season 9. And there was one day last year where I had to stay at work late so I could finish up some schooling, and I just needed a break. So I'm like, you know what? I was very annoyed about Wami not winning it, so I just made that video with a shitty webcam in like a few minutes, and that is actually one of my biggest videos. So if I love watching the Food Network, it is the only bit of reality TV I actually watch. So if this video does well, I might just do a few more Food Network videos because I do like talking about it. Maybe it's a very niche market I could appeal to here on YouTube. But anyways, let's get started with my thoughts on Season 9, and this was a much better season, for a few reasons. Number one is Molly was gone. Thankfully. I could not stand her, and Jesse as the host was so much better. He's just so likable, and he's got charisma and personality, and I thought he did a really great job. But the other reason why this season was an improvement was that the contestants were for the most part pretty good. They weren't overly annoying, they weren't obnoxious for the most part. I liked them, and I'm going to talk about them in a very random order before I get to the three finalists. So, first we've got Manja, and Manja was just awful. I have no idea. Just, do they let anyone on this show? I don't say this lightly, but I feel like I could have outbaked, but whatever. Thankfully, Manja was out early. Then we've got Josh, who I thought was very inconsistent. He really impressed me sometimes, but then other times he didn't bring it as much as he should. So I liked him. I was hoping he could have made it farther, but it is what it is. Then we've got Michelle, who I do like as a person. She was just very likable, but you could tell she was out of her element here. She was just not on the same level as everyone else. Molly, I'm shocked she was the last person to be eliminated. I didn't think she was going to make it past round 3, and somehow she was in the bottom 2 a few times, but she kept getting lucky. So, and it annoyed me how in her last episode, she's like, I deserve this. No, you don't. You're literally the person who deserves it the least. There were times where she impressed me, but very inconsistent. Then we've got Jai, who... Look, I have a speech impediment. I know how difficult it is to talk and not have anyone understand you. It's something I've worked with my entire life. But Jai really needed subtitles. I didn't really have any strong thoughts on her because I didn't understand her most of the time. There were some times where subtitles showed up for a few seconds, and I'm like, no, leave them on the screen. So, she did a really impressive job sometimes. I'm kind of shocked she got out as early as she did, but that's just how it happens. I liked April. She kind of looked like a blonde Anna Kendrick. I don't know if that's just me. I just found it frustrating because in the preheat, they told her to, do a bit more. And then she gets eliminated the next round for not doing a bit more. And it's like, if you just listened, you could have maybe made it to the end, because she was good. She was really good. And she definitely got better, but just that one week, just drop in quality. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some people, but let's get to the three finalists. So, Christian was my favorite this entire season. I always like it when there's someone who thinks outside the box and really flexes their creative muscles, and I think he did that time and time again. Apparently, it didn't always work out for him, but I appreciate the effort, and he was just on a whole other level, I found. I just found this guy fascinating to watch. Then you've got Clement, who he did really great for the most part. I really liked him. I thought he had a great likability to him. And I would have been okay if he won. Christian was number 1, but Clement was probably my number 2. And then we get to Luke. Is it Luke or Lucas? Anyways, same diff. But I found him to be very annoying. I do not understand how he made it that far. He was pretty subpar throughout. And there was that one Indian dessert he made that somehow beat Christian's, and I was just truly baffled by that. So I did not like him. And if you ask me, Christian and Clement were 100 times better than Luke. But being as objective as possible, Luke deserved to win based on that final round. Now, I think everybody did a complete shit job. Luke put these weird oranges on and his Eiffel Tower just blended in with the background, but apparently it tasted really amazing, but it still wasn't anything remarkable. But then you look at what Christian did, and he messes up the measuring and he just decides to go with it, and he was 20 minutes into his actual baking, and then he had to redo everything when there was only 3 hours left, and I was just truly frustrated. It was such an obviously stupid decision, and as much as I liked him, it was a mistake that cost him. And yeah, to be honest, he didn't deserve to win based on that. Also, they asked for a pool, and he just puts these blue beads on, thinking that's enough, and I found it to be weirdly lazy for him. It did piss me off though, because Nancy's like, it doesn't look springy. And I get it, it's a spring holiday baking championship. But they asked for boho. They asked for all 3. So which one is it? You can't have it both ways. Then we get to Clement, and what was that? It looked like someone took a shit all over his cake. The lace on the bottom and the top half did not go well together at all, and there was just this really thick brown log, and it looked like shit, literally. It looked so unappetizing. If you just made it thinner, or if you just did it around the entire cake, or just anything, but man, he just blew it. So I don't like Lucas. I wish he didn't win, but looking at it for just the final challenge and nothing else, he technically deserved it, and I hate saying that. So I was really frustrated with this season, but it was still good overall. I enjoyed it. Jesse does a great job. I like lots of the contestants. Very few people were unbearable, so except for Manja. Fuck. But anyways, what did you think of this season? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.